So because I feel like I'm in good form, given the play earlier, also given the play last week, I'm probably not gonna take too many opening requests, apart from the openings I'm already like planning to play. If somehow I lose my composure, maybe I'll start playing more gambits. Maybe we'll have a Stafford or I'll put on a Swan Mask, but I'll try and be serious, at least at the beginning. I probably can warm up with some Puzzle Rush. We have about 10 minutes. So puzzles and any crazy or any curious any gambits today. You'll have to watch and see. It's possible. It's very possible. But we're gonna start with some Puzzle Rush. I hope the levels are okay. Sometimes it's too loud, sometimes it's too quiet, but okay, let's focus here. There's some pretty simple ones to start out. It's gotta be King E4. Check. Check. Oh! Checkmate. Okay, the goal is to get to 40. Or this move. C5 or bishop C5? Okay, I'm black. I was made in one. Okay. Trickiest part about that was figuring out what color I am. This move. Where do I put the king? Okay.
Happy Halloween, Sir Rosen.
Happy Halloween. Got to 40. Mm. Ah. Not seeing this one. Ah. What was this final one? Maybe Queen F6? Yeah, Queen F6 came to mind like right after. Get to B2. Let's see. Thank you, Meyer Gis. Happy 7 months. Still tricky. Ah, Queen B5. Okay. Okay, so that's a warm-up. Make sure I have the right tabs open. Okay, join the tournament. Make the board a bit larger. Okay. So no Hikaru here. Hikaru said Eric was GM material. But which Eric? Eric Hansen?
My best friend.
Or Eric, my best friend? A nice timing, John Von Pony. Yeah, how many players here are like in Isle of Man? Faruja, Andraken? I don't think Andraken's playing Isle of Man. Sarana, Buddy Pranav. Strong lineup, but I mean, there's no Hikaru, Magnus, or Wesley yet. Oh, Hikaru said he wasn't going to play. Makes sense. Probably getting late in Isle of Man. Yeah, he has to sleep to be awake for tomorrow's game. I mean, he's leading the tournament. Thank you, Herkamo. Happy 9 months. What's the highest score you've got in Title Tuesday? You should watch my recent YouTube video or watch the VOD from last week. I had my best score ever exactly a week ago in Title Tuesday. It was, yeah, this video. My best Title Tuesday. One thing about that video, I used a new feature on YouTube that maybe some people noticed that something was different. But there's a feature within YouTube that allows you to test thumbnails, like test different thumbnails. So with that video, I ran a test between 3 different thumbnails. And one was just my normal face. But then the other 2 were the Giga Chad photo that I put my face on. One black and white, one was colorized. And they all performed pretty similarly. So I think YouTube just chose the first one I put. So yeah, they all had like pretty similar metrics. Have you ever had tea time with Naroditsky? Yeah, I feel like I see Danya like maybe once or twice a year for the last few years. I saw him earlier this year in Utah. And then last year we saw each other at the Chess.com Global Championships, CGC in Toronto. Can't recall if we had tea together. Probably more likely had coffee together. All right, here we go. Rating is approaching 2,700, but okay, just have to focus on the moves. So we have a mainline Taimonov. It's been a while since I've looked at these lines. What to do? I'm out of specific prep. I have the bishop pair. King is uncastled. And g6 might be coming. I was thinking 95. Like f4, knight g4. Feels like I just have to react to what white's doing. So I have 3 pawn islands, but no isolated pawns. Bishop f6, rook c8. I mean, there's definitely ideas here. Yeah, this first. Delaying rook c8 because the rook might be useful on a8 or b8. I have to watch out for this X-ray vision. Now it's no longer an issue. So b3. I mean b3, a3. But a3, e5. My opponent's pausing because they see okay. e5 now. e4 is a target. It's hard to remove the queen here. Like, there's no good move to attack the queen for white. The thing is, even if I win this pawn, like, white's king is going to be safe for a long time. Like, maybe someday I sack on a3. One thing I'm just realizing, if the knight moves here or here, I take and win the knight. I'm basically winning a piece. It's still tricky. Okay, hitting the pawn. And I'm up a piece, but white has a center. Probably a safer king too. Castle. I like my knight here. So h6 maybe. h6 maybe I take. Might be threatening. It doesn't quite work. And queen a6. Gotta watch my time. The queen might slide all the way over. This rook wants to participate. Bishop c2 is actually an interesting square for the bishop. Would allow e6. But okay, e6, knight d6. The idea of rook c2. Oh, my knight! Oh no! Someone call an ambulance. Ah, my bishop! Ah, someone call an ambulance. Ah, my queen! Oh no! Someone call an ambulance. But not for me. Oh, that's such a funny line. I saw this line, I couldn't resist going for it. I think 3 ambulances are coming now. All for this king. That's a cool mating idea to sack the knight, the bishop, and then the queen. Okay. That was a fun start. It was a scary position. Very fitting for Halloween. Yeah, the Triple Ambulance Gambit. Explain, all caps. Yeah, so the reason for sacking the knight, or the reason for knight d6, I want to improve the knight. But I also wanted to get my queen here. And after takes, it's actually very hard to stop the threat of mate. Like I'm threatening mate in 2 with queen takes a3. And I assume black, I mean, material's equal, but I think black should be winning here. Let's see. White's best move, queen takes c2. Was knight d6 the best move? It's one of the playable moves. Okay. Yeah, someone clip it. I need to start posting more short form content. Okay, so that was the first round. Officially no Hikaru, no Magnus. I mean, a lot of the top players aren't playing because they're at Grand Swiss. But there's still some players at Grand Swiss who are staying up late. Oh, no Danya too. I think Danya was streaming. Like, he didn't stream earlier Title Tuesday, but he was streaming maybe an hour ago. One of the quick afternoon streams. Okay. Oh, this same game. I thought the new game started. I just reverted to the starting position. So I guess we can watch. Oh, this is Begum ending in a draw. Final game of the round. This could go on for a while. Objectively, it should be a draw, but White's about to flag. Oh, don't flag. Okay. Next game's starting very soon. So round 2 earlier, I played Danya. Now I'm playing down, so it's one of the benefits of having a higher rating. I play down for the second round as well. All right, we'll have this f4 line again. I played this twice earlier today. Both times my opponent played the early d4. I think I might be supposed to take. Not sure. I mean, taking in d4 definitely a possibility. I'll slow play a little bit. There. I think I start by taking, then d4. And this could lead to a very closed position, which should favor knights. I mean, it's a knight pair against a bishop pair. There's a plan of eventually playing h4, knight g5. This bishop is kind of sad. Most of my pawns on dark squares. Black does have this long-term plan. I think I want my rook on h1. Basically to prepare knight g5, and if takes, the rook is happy. And black's doing their own thing, though. Knight e3 may be coming. It's a question how to make progress, like long term. But the first step is to optimize my setup. Castling is hard to achieve. Rook's tied down to this pawn. There's queen a4. I'm not sure what further improvements I can make, but I definitely want to keep the tempo. Yeah, the knight might be coming to b3. But my knight might be coming to b4. Okay, this bishop is also sad. Two sad bishops on the board. Wow. Thinking about playing rook g1 and walk the king to the queen side. Although I have to watch out for potential sacks. Play rook e1. So there's some idea of taking an e6. My only chance to sack might be in the next few moves. Black just castles. I don't think sacking works. What was the last pawn move? b3? So move 59. Or no, move 69 would be the 50 move rule. I'm just looking for ideas. I just allow bishop takes a3. Oh no. I got careless. I have bishop c1. I can't believe I allowed that. There. Wait, so I can't take it. That was really careless. Opponent's still offering a draw. Oh, they're scared. Okay, I'm not going to take a draw. I'm going to fight. But what's my idea? I don't see my idea. I would have to play g4. Okay. I'm really going for it. Trying this. I have an idea. Ah, it's 50 move rule. Ah. I really wanted to get in with the queen. Opponent was covering their squares though. Oh, that was a funny game. I mean, there's definitely life in the position. Even though I'm... How many pawns was I down? I was down 2 pawns. I was still trying to play for a win. That was such a funny game. What a great start to Toggle Tuesday. Like, I'm not disappointed that I didn't win this game. It was just such an interesting closed position where I was really trying every idea possible. And now I'm playing Paravian, right? Paravian, who recently played Qatar. I don't think he's playing Isle of Man though, unless he is. Oh, he wanted to play Stafford Gambit, but no Stafford. Yeah, playing this trendy Bishop D2 line. To remember the theory here. Let's not get back rank mated. That would be embarrassing. I think H4. Rook B3. There's a bishop here. Yeah, this line has a very drawish tendency, but see if I can make something happen. And bishop D5 in some lines. I'm surprised he went for this line. Like, there's other ways black can have a more playable position to try and win. But I mean, this might be heading towards a draw. Bishop b3? Bishop b3. Take, rook c4 is the issue. Let's try bishop b3. And the a pawn's a target. And we'll see rook h5, and then maybe I take. Mm. That's slightly annoying. Take. I have f4. 4 there, g5. And this should be okay. Because g5 I can take and take. I mean, I think it's just simplifying to a draw. Chess is a draw. That position especially. What to do? And it's a fine draw though. And he's almost a super GM. What's Paravian's world rank? Oh, he's not almost a super GM. But he's 2600 plus. 164 in the world. I did play like a very safe line. Sometimes it's like it is possible for white to put a lot of pressure in the endgame. I'm not sure if I had any chances there. Use the Lichess extension to see. So this was the opening I prepared for the last round of the Qatar Masters. And this is the position I had in Qatar. My opponent played rook e8. And I won a pretty nice game after knight takes d5. White gets some edge. But we can see the line that I just played, like a very high draw percentage. Also, was that round 4 or 3? That was round 3, okay. So, yeah, the highest eval the engine gave was plus 0.4. When did we deviate? And there's still about, a couple dozen games here. The engine likes bishop e6, but pretty much everything's a draw. Rook c4. It's saying take and then c4. Still should be a draw. Okay. Make sure my layout is back to normal. So, 2 draws. And 1 win to start the tournament. That was a pretty quick game, so a little bit of downtime until round 4. Magnus would win this endgame somehow. Has Magnus ever played this line? Magnus had this with the black side. Yeah, it's even harder to win as black. Kasparov approves. What does Kasparov approve of? I didn't really play in Kasparov's style, but at least Stockfish approves. Hey, look at this. Perfect game. That's what perfect chess looks like. Probably according to chess.com too. Can anyone else see Eric? Some people might be Eric blind. I still exist. Hopefully you can at least hear me. 99.5. Okay, I like chess.com's review better. It gives me a additional accuracy score. Lichess, it's only 98%. We both played like 3650s. If that's even like a reachable rating. Yeah, very soon we're both going to have to join the fair play call. Have to set up a second camera angle. Sometimes this is why like accuracy, you can't just look at accuracy and make conclusions. You have to look at the games. Because sometimes players will play just very solid openings that lead to endgames that naturally lead to higher accuracies. I am wearing a watch, yeah. It's usually mainly to track my heart rate monitor. Track my heart rate. I sometimes use it to tell the time. I played this opponent in Abu Dhabi about a year ago. Wait, who's white and who's black? Okay. Black trying to win. We saw Hikaru defend this earlier, like a boss. Like Hikaru defended this and his king never touched the edge. It was impressive. I always struggle to like scroll in the notation. I want to see where where the last capture pawn move was. But every time I scroll, it like reverts back. Oh, 91. Okay, so 91 plus 50. Hey, it's going to be a draw. One more move. Okay, next game starting. Playing Nick. An interesting Catalan move order. With the knight coming early, oh wow. Knight takes c4 is coming. Hmm. Knight d7? So there's this pin. I was thinking I have c5, knight c6. I guess I still go for it. Like it's not too troublesome. I do concede the bishop pair after take. But white's move this knight 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'll be 7 times to trade it off in the first 11 moves. And position looks pretty solid. A5 or bishop a6. And b4 might be coming. I might be overthinking things. Looking at b4, knight e4. There's an endgame where we have obstacle bishops, but white would concede this bishop, which I think is a big concession. E5 should be on my radar. Something like h6, e5. Never mind. Yeah, this move. So d4. Queen b4. Let's start with h4 or h5. One of chat's favorite moves. Rook c4. Pawn takes, I have rook c4. Queen takes, we trade, knight c5. And then knight d3 ideas. Yeah, here I don't have rook c4. A lot of tension. leaving the pin. The dream is to get pawns on c5 and d5. The dream is about to become a reality. The dream is turning into a nightmare. Or is it? D5 is a target. Yeah, I want to play d4, but the pawn's pinned. I used to play this. Wow. Nice move. Walked into a tactic. Ah. I was trying to figure out how to set up the stalemate trap, but yeah. I could play rook f7, king h8. Not going to happen there. Okay, good fight. I mean, it kind of came down to just this move. I mean, black is under some pressure here. In hindsight, probably g6 and queen f6. I was close to playing queen g6 too. But then after the trade, white's still probably for choice. Oh, welcome back to Andrew. Yeah, this is Title Tuesday Part 2. Every Tuesday there's a morning edition and afternoon edition. And usually I only play one or the other. But on special occasions I play both. It's fun. It's been a lot of fun games today. I mean, even this tournament alone, like the first two games were wild. Welcome back to Emberg. I have considered multi-streaming. Yeah, Twitch like recently made a big update allowing streamers to multi-stream to Twitch and YouTube. The one thing with streaming Title Tuesday to YouTube is I think you have to like disable chat entirely. At least on Twitch, like there's emote only mode and I can enable it between games. I think there's a decent chance I'll dabble with streaming to at least to YouTube before the end of the year. Yeah, so what was the best move here? Queen d5 was such an innocent attempt to trade queens. But this is a classic puzzle rush tactic. Blah the moves to keep the balance. Wait, even queen... Wait, what's the point? Queen a6, rook h4? Ah, then queen h6. Yeah, that's not really something I want to go for. I know a lot of people have been like coming and asking for Halloween Gambit. I've played e4 every game today. I guess I did have the chance, right? Against did have the chance against Paravian. was the only game that featured e4, e5. I missed my opportunity. I was too excited to play the 4-knight Scotch. The Halloween Gambit is knight takes e5 in this position. You sacrifice a whole piece, and then you say trick or treat, and then maybe you get candy, or maybe you just get punished. If I stream to YouTube, I would lose your prime. Yeah, YouTube doesn't have the concept of prime subbing. But generally with with prime subs on Twitch, it's free. It should be no extra cost to the user. It would take a lot of setup to multi-stream. So I would need to use, I think that there's a few services like restream.io. There's some OBS plugins. Yeah, I think people who watch live streams on Twitch versus YouTube, it's a different, kind of a different audience segment. And YouTube, of course, has a much larger user base. Also, there's much more discoverability because Twitch doesn't really have a super sophisticated like recommendation algorithm compared to YouTube. So it's definitely worth experimenting. Streaming to multi-platforms is easy. Yeah, I think once like I have everything set up, it's probably very similar to just streaming to one platform. It would be a matter of ensuring I can read all the chats. Oh, Staples says your Ponziani videos have helped me a lot. Nice to hear. Yeah, I don't think I'll be playing the Ponziani today. I am playing e4, but went for a 4-knight Scotch. Maybe we'll go for Halloween at some point. Have you ever played anything really offbeat in Title Tuesday? There was that one Title Tuesday I played the cow opening every single game. And I ended up scoring 6.5, beating a GM with it. I encountered one A3 earlier in this morning's Title Tuesday. I got crushed. I'm trying to think, like the most offbeat thing I played today was probably against Zajka-molotok. I mean, it was a line that I'd studied a while ago, or at least an idea I looked at a long time ago. It started normally. It started with Sicilian. But then in this position, I went a little bit wild. And I played pawn g5. And Zajka-molotok was, he was streaming in Russian. He streams on YouTube.
Hey chat.
He had a funny reaction.
You know that if you have Amazon Prime, you can
Welcome back to Matt.
your favorite streamer once per month absolutely for free. Just select use Prime sub when you subscribe. Your favorite streamer will get the same amount of money, but it's coming out of Jeff Bezos.
I think people hopefully understand that. Appreciate the reminder. All right, let's get some focus. We have another French. I feel like I played this opponent at some point recently. Yeah, c2 is kind of like a slightly unusual square for the knight. It's useful in defending the pawn, preventing knight b4, at least discouraging knight b4. Hey, we got one new prime sub. Thank you, Smilla Rosa. Okay, so knight f5, there's g4. Yeah, the bishop sometimes likes to just chill on f2. So knight g5. Let's go for it. calculating knight f5, bishop f2. There's also queen h5, h6. Also calculating knight f5, knight h7, knight e3, queen h5. I think bishop f2 is the simplest, because then I'll be threatening g4. We might see g6 here. Yeah, pawn can't be taken because tactics with h7. So if g6 here, f6. Now this is tempting. I think I'll take first. I have to go for this. The plan is to play g4. I was targeting queen h5, but g4 wins back the piece. It opens my king, but if I open the g file on queen h5, looks pretty promising. Doing well on time. Hey, it's Danya rating. What's up, Danya? Hope you had a good stream. Saw Danya doing a short afternoon stream. Yeah, if you're just joining, this is the second Title Tuesday. I'm trying to stay focused here. Have a nice looking position. Queen h5 and rook g1 on tap. Let's go for queen g4. Wait a minute. Let's calculate. Queen g4. And probably rook g1 coming. So threatening queen g7. The king can try and run, but I don't think it can hide. So I have this move. And there's also takes in rook e1. Oh, rook e1 is off limits. Bishop f7 is a move. I mean, do I want to be fancy? Sack the queen? It's maybe the simplest option. Oh no, my queen. But oh yes, my bishop pair. It just takes more moves to win this. Okay. Or not. Okay. It felt like I should have had maybe a cleaner put away. But I think like once I got in knight takes h7 and g4, it was very, very pleasant. Yeah, shout out to Danya. Hope you're doing well. Everyone should buy Danya's Jobava London course. If you're just joining, this is the second Title Tuesday of today. Currently 3 out of 5. Had some fun games so far. This game featured my new weapon against the French. I think this is my 4th time playing it today. And I think I've been getting like pretty decent positions with it. This game I had the nice pawn center. Yeah, I do have not Joe Bava's, Danya and Bortnick's Joe Bava London course. It's super thorough. It's maybe intended for like higher level players, but I've definitely learned a lot from like some of the deeper analysis. Because when I played London, there's lines that end up transposing into Joe Bava London. I played this opponent earlier, right? Frank. Didn't Frank solve chess? Maybe that was a different Frank. We had the game earlier. Chat remembers better than me. Where d4 was played, and then I got the bishop to e4. Yeah, this game, it was a different structure. You're gonna steal this line against the French. Don't steal from me. You can borrow it. Just give it back. I stole this line from Hikaru. As I mentioned in my previous stream, Hikaru used this line to beat Yasser Seirawan in the US Championship a few years ago. I mean, the engine's not super impressed. Just says kind of close to equal. But I think it's a nice blitz weapon. So it just leads to different structures. Black could play Sicilian. But usually when black starts with a French, then they're not a Sicilian player. Yeah, did I have any cleaner wins? Nope. Connection was closed. Refresh? What happened? Okay, I think we're fine. Why is the time not ticking though? Okay, now we should be fine. Playing a lower rated Grandmaster. Okay. G4. That's gotta be a mouse slip, right? And G4 is sometimes playable, but I once played Fiddler and he played like G5 on move 3. I thought it was deep opening prep, but it was just a mouse slip. All right, so C5. And let's just go back. I think opponent wanted to play a Catalan. But now there's no G-pawn. White kind of has the extra tempo. Can I play a Cambridge Springs? Down a tempo but without a G-pawn? Queen's on C2. Interesting. It looks wrong to castle into white's G file, but in bishop here, 98. I might regret this. A take. I mean, we're trading. Idea knight of 6. I also have G6. It's not easy to play this. Like b5. I figured that if bishop d3, then I play g6. At least I'm trying to create some distraction. The art of misdirection. And c5 might be coming. It's really not pleasant, though. I think queen h6 maybe would have been stronger to lock me down. And this bishop is locked down. But maybe queen d5 coming. h6 also on tap. I mean, white's mouse slipped has turned into a very vicious gambit. It's scary. e5 maybe? And h7 is coming though. Gotta run with the king maybe. This looks really bad. Yeah, this is very bad. Down a piece now. Down 2 pieces. About to get mated. Oh, that was sad. What to do? Oh, I'm so sad. And g4 has to be a mouse slip. But it's still playable. Like white just has a g file. And I lose time moving the knight, so it's an interesting gambit. I guess the way to find out is to check if my opponent has played this before. Let's see. So copy. We can go to Explorer. Where's Explorer? More? Explorer. And then he's never played g4. Yeah, he usually plays Caro-Kann. Yeah, G4 is only game. 117 games with G3. Maybe would have preferred to play my prep against the Catalan. What to do? Thank you, Guy Bronze. Oops. Ah, what am I doing? There we go. Also, thank you, Buka Buka. I can see if there is any way to like better defend. I mean, I had to play G6. B5 was maybe a waste of time. But what else to do? Yeah, I could have played G6 first, but B5, okay, second engine move. Top engine move, almost. White did build up the attack pretty well. Yeah, here I was... Was I scared of this? I think I was scared of this. Because if I take with rook, there's rook G6. But white's still in full control. So am I supposed to take on... Yeah. I guess the alternative is to play C5. But taking is most principled. This is fine. Just trying to understand like the opening approach for black. I'm up a pawn but down a tempo. Engine saying A6. What about G6? Fianchetto? Yeah, there's probably a lot of playable things. There was a phase where a lot of players were playing G4 in these queen pawn openings, like very early. But it was usually, I think, against Nimzo move orders, like G4 in this position. Yeah, Mamedyarov, like doing crazy things. Okay. New game? I think I'm reaching the point. If I get a chance to play Halloween Gambit, I might as well play it. But for now, we have a closed Sicilian. There's a line D5, F5. It's a fun one. Not quite happening. Vaguely remember there's a line to play F5 at some point. Isn't this position F5? No. Or is it? It might be. Just trusting intuition. Basically playing the move and then trying to figure it out. Okay, so black doesn't take. I take knight G5, we trade queens. Maybe just bishop F4. What's the nice thing about advancing that pawn, it opens the bishop, grabbing space. Okay, now I throw in takes. Probably knight A4. And there's arguments for both moves. Actually, knight E2 is a bit more central. There's many cases where the knight goes to A4, though. G5. Wow. Yeah, now I'm regretting not playing that A4 because the queen's blocked. Can I sack somehow? Nah, I'm going to be losing a pawn. Yeah, it feels like I'm losing control a little bit. At least there's still play, like rook e1. Going for more long-term compensation for the pawn. Bishop h3 maybe. Okay, honestly, this isn't so bad, I don't think. And time-wise, it's not great. But position-wise, it's playable. And trading rooks just makes things easier to play. I think it's a 3-result game. Like, anyone can still win. I'm still under pressure, though. Hmm. I mean, we might just repeat. Okay. I was tempted to play on, but what to do? I mean, black has a bishop pair, defended passer. And yeah, if anything, black should be better here. It's not losing, but wasn't pleasant. Thank you, Too Many Kins.
I remain amazed at how well you explain your thinking while playing, it's so instructive. Thanks for all the great content.
That's nice to hear. Thank you for the words. Yeah, sometimes explaining things, it can slow me down a little bit, but definitely makes things more interesting too. So f5 is the best move. Yeah, I was remembering some game. Maybe it was Short who played it. I'll check the Masters database. Oh, it was Gawain Jones. Yeah. Pretty sure. Maybe it was slightly different though. Oh, Gawain Jones played g4 and then f5. Yeah, there's been just a few games with f5 here. So the idea is if takes, then I actually don't know the idea. The Stockfish will know though. I think I was going to take on d5, but I wasn't sure about takes. I guess the center opening up is just good for white. Rook f5 in the end. Yeah, so that's just a good trade. Here the engine likes to take immediately in bishop h3. So that was round 7. 50%.
Happy Halloween, Mr. Rosen.
Oh, thank you. Tanuki Queen. Thank you, T-Fox. Appreciate the subs. Oh, let me, I forgot it was emote only mode. Yeah, the only way to bypass emote only mode is to subscribe. Or cheer, I guess. Can you say boo? Boo. I hope you're satisfied. I hope you're not scared, though. That was a very scary boo. Yeah, so there's a line. Remember, back in the Internet Chess Club days, ICC, I discovered a line. So I also play this from the black side. Oops. Okay. Don't have time to explain. Thank you, I'm Fenny. Okay, emote only is back on. Oh, that was terrifying. Don't scare me like that. Okay. So we have a Catalan. Wait, what's the move order here? Maybe it's c5 first and then b5. Wait, did I blunder? Knight e5? No, I have knight d5. It does look a little bit shaky. Who is this? And I am from Spain. Wow. So takes. Kind of just playing based on feel. Not really calculating. I might pay the price for it. Yeah, knight c7 is a threat. I mean, maybe I take. Take. Can I get away with rook c8? I honestly don't see what white does after rook c8. It looks terrifying. Like, two knights are in my face. I am temporarily down a piece too, but there's 3 things attacked. I should win back the piece. The idea is I prevent knight c7, I improve the rook. This could lead to trades, like queen e4, I take. But queen e4 is not scary. Hmm. Let's take. Looks like I'm going up a pawn. And white has a bishop pair. Maybe losing back a pawn. The bishop a6, I have queen b6. It is opposite color bishops. I think I'm winning another pawn. There's takes, takes, there's takes, takes. Okay, up 2 pawns now. Rook b2 may be coming. Maybe not. Rook b5 may be coming. A queen trade also may be coming. Up 3 pawns. Calculating this, queen g4, h5. And this wins the bishop. Oh, it doesn't win the bishop. Okay, but it trades. I mean, it should be winnable. Okay. Try and demonstrate my endgame technique here. The key is to put my pawns on light squares, which restricts the light square bishop, complements my own bishop. Hey, I won connect 4. Soon to be connect 3. Okay. The pawns were on a roll there. All right. Thank you, El Blandy Place. Also, thank you, I'm Fenny. I'll get to your question in just a moment. Why not 11 knight b4? I mean, I saw a free pawn and I took a free pawn. I didn't really consider knight b4. Knight b4 is maybe a safer move, though, to initiate the bishop trade. Maybe it's just a better move, too. If I considered it, I maybe would have played it. Knight b4, best move, yeah. I'll be honest that, like, I was kind of playing the opening in a small daze. Like, I wasn't... I was playing, like, the typical moves, but when I played b5, I was scared that I just blundered with this. I was thankful to have knight d5 because otherwise here runs into the fork. So going forward, yeah, it was rook c8 okay. I spent about a minute on that move. Generally, in 3+2 blitz, you should not spend a minute on any move. But I thought it's a kind of critical position because I didn't like the other lines. And yeah, any other move I'm like much worse or clearly worse. So that was round 8. So we do have a break coming up. What would it take to mate with those beautiful pawns? Yeah, maybe like in a different universe. But how do I generate the mate? Here, or here, 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 here. This is how to mate with the beautiful pawns. Wasn't there a game in Grand Swiss where I think it was Varakobian? It was very similar endgame to this, except the side who was up material, they were up 2 pawns. And somehow it wasn't winning. There is some Twitter thread. Like Levan Aronian and Boris Avrik were commenting. Let me see if I can find it. That's the thing to do between rounds. Go to Twitter. Let's find this discussion. Yeah, so this one. It was Sevchenko against Akobian. The original tweet was from Boris Avrik. Let's see if I can frame this properly. Ah. Anyway, this was a position. The question was, can white win this endgame? And in the game, white didn't win. And Levan commented that there is a lot of analysis, so I don't think I have time to dig into it right away. So I'll probably play down again. Would be nice to play up at least one more game. Ray G. Oh, just got your first bishop g5. Oh no, my Queen Stafford. Nice. That's a classic one. No Americans in top 10. Oh no, my compatriots. I mean, there's Christopher Yu from the country of Papua New Guinea. Did Christopher change federations? I think Chris is still U.S. Federation, according to FIDE. Okay, is it time for Halloween Gambit? Ah, we have a Caro-Kann. I'll play d4. I'm going to play the line that I prepped in Qatar, bishop e3 and bishop d3. It's mainly just a solid setup. There's ideas of f4, f5. There's rook ae1. Black is sometimes a bit short on space here. Yeah, maybe f4 right away. We might see f5. So queen e7 would threaten the bishop and queen and bishop e4. Although bishop e4 I have knight c3. I might just play knight c3 anyway. So queen f6. Inclined to bring the knight to e5. So king h1 is the beginning of a journey for the knight. If a5, I'll play a3. Probably want to throw in g3 at some point. Let's completely solidify, restrict the knight. Not necessary right away, though. Okay, yeah. a5 I saw coming. b5 is interesting. Hmm. It's a very positional sacrifice. I'm sacking a pawn to ensure that this bishop can't get a life. And I'm getting the d4 square. Because if I left my pawn here, there was bishop e6 to d5. There's a sign, though, so yeah, it's getting a little bit messy. But queen d4 coming. c6. Let's keep the bishop. Oh, queen b2 threatens mate. And g2. How many pawns am I down? Down 3 pawns for the exchange. I mean, maybe winning some pawns back. f5 and d5 are weak. Knight's attacked, bishop's attacked. After the trade, then, yeah, we could be trading a lot. I have the time advantage. Yeah, this pin is very useful for me. c6 likely to come. Okay. Okay. Took work. At some point, I was probably worse. Like after queen takes b2, black had a lot of pawns. But then when I played knight e5, I mean, it was very concrete. So white's a little bit for choice. Is there any other option? Oh, maybe everything was okay. So how was d5? Yeah, d5 was mainly intuitive. But I thought that if I allow bishop e6 and d5, then I'm just worse. I guess it goes back to this position. Okay, so I found one of the best lines, like c5, d5. Okay. Oh, good night to Fenny. Thanks for being here. Yeah, we still have yet to see a Halloween Gambit. I'll likely be black next game. Maybe I can offer a Stafford Gambit. I don't recognize this name. Okay, now I recognize this name. I can't pronounce the name though. Strong Grandmaster. Chris Yu beating Nihal Sarin. Wait, what? Oh, white's going this way. Oh, Chris Yu not beating Nihal Sarin. Yeah, Nihal was white. Okay. All right, so most games are done. Next game's starting soon. Oh, no, game's still going. Yeah, this looks to be winning for black. I can move like f4. Mate. Yeah, I don't have the coordinates. I don't know when I turned off the coordinates, but I can't immediately tell who's white and who's black. Black, desperately trying for perpetual. Oh, this is a stalemate trick. Wait, is this a draw? Oh no, my queen. Oh yes, my stalemate. It's a draw. Wow, what a funny perpetual. That makes me so happy. Draw by stalemate. So Levy recently wrote a book, How to Win at Chess. I'm inspired to write a book, How to Draw at Chess. Would be filled with examples like this. Thank you, Popple. First time prime. Okay. If e4, I guess I'll play Stafford for the content. I'm actually on a decent score. Like maybe I should play something serious? Opponent taking time? Opponent calculating the refutation of the Stafford. Okay. No Halloween, no Stafford. Have a Queen's Gambit. Okay, so this is a non-mouse slip variation. Knight d2, b5. Bishop d2 is a bit more common. I mean, I want a pawn. I'm holding on to it. If a4, I play a6. Rook's defended. If b3 maybe... Oh, wow. What is this move? Wow. Does that work? Knight c6, 95. Wow. I don't think I've seen that idea before. I don't know if I want to take it. To take time here. Knight c6, I castle. Take. I guess I just castle. Yeah, because, I mean, queen a4, the lines didn't seem great for black. At least now the knight's attacked. I do have c5. I should probably move the bishop first. And this should be okay as long as I can get in this move. Yeah, knight d7's off limits. Oh, rook d8 probably coming. And c5 is still a major idea. What are these moves? Okay, this move I think is less scary. Because I'm going to have two pieces for rook and pawn. Although... Am I? Wow. I have this. It's still complicated though. I gotta try this. And this is not really a winning the queen, it's just trading queens. What's happening? Bishop A, bishop F2, rook F2, rook D1. Okay, so now at least I have this. Oh, but queen F6, queen F3. Maybe I take? What is this game? I also have C6. I think I'm just worse here. There. There's still fight. I mean, the saga continues. Rook b3, b4. Because I can't allow the rook to attack the pawn. I want to trap the bishop. I still don't know what's happening. Minor pieces are coordinated though. Just in time. Let's go. Wow, what a weird game. Opponent found some crazy moves that game. Found some really crazy moves. And starting with the opening, like knight c4 was so clever. Maybe I have encountered this like once before. And it's the best move. But then later, like out of nowhere too, knight takes f7, like not a move that was on my radar. It's the best move as well. Because yeah, white, I mean, it's a fancy way of trading, but white wins the rook in the end, so essentially winning material. And here, yeah, I mean, there are so many different branches. Yeah, white could have taken. I was expecting takes and takes. Somehow black's still okay. And then what happened, I was down the exchange. I had knight and pawn for rook. But it was tricky because after c6, the bishop gets stuck. And I have the 3-on-1 majority. And yeah, here it's like a 3-result game. And even once the bishop escaped, like this setup was really nice, knight on c5 and bishop on e7. Because I watch for the expansion and I also control all these squares. So the rook can't actually make use of the d-file. But then even towards the end, like here, is it actually winning? Like this was a final position. White is maybe barely holding on, but I don't know. Okay, final game. No Stafford Gambit, no Halloween Gambit. We have a ready. What do I want to play? c5? We'll play bishop e7. So similar opening. Yeah, there's an idea a4 b5 because takes I hit the queen. So b5, knight e5. Again, this weirdness. I could castle first. I think this should be okay. It's a risk. But it's also risky for white. Then e5 hangs d4. Except I can't really can I? I don't know. So now at least knight e5, bishop e7. And rook d1 could be a little bit annoying. That move too. Actually, what do I do here? Knight a4. And knight's actually very short on squares. I mean, knight b7 is so sad. I'm just trying to survive now. I'm hitting the pawn and the knight. Bishop f4, I'd probably play bishop d6. We might see knight d3. And then perhaps I can untangle. That's a move. Wow. Still so scary. Take. I sack the queen? No. Maybe this move. Having a hard time processing. What am I doing? I really don't know what to do here. This move? It's so weakening, but um,
"29 Rosen months. Let's go less than 3.
Building the bridge. Bridge achieved. Let's go. What a finish. That was a terrifying game. Oh, my heart app stopped working. I think my heart is still beating though. Okay. What a scary, scary game. I was down. I mean, I played like most of the game with less than what, like 5 seconds left. I had such a bad position, like knight b7 was so sad. But somehow stayed alive. And I burned all my time. Like after rook h4, I had no clue what to do. h6 crossed my mind, but like it's so scary. Bishop takes h6. So tournament's over. Finished in 30 seconds. Good job to V Pranav. This is not my best finish ever. Last week I did score 8 points. Videos on YouTube, but this is one of my best finishes ever. I think my rating went up a little bit today. Across both Title Tuesdays, maybe gained about 15 points. Yeah, here I was already below 5 seconds. And it's still so complicated. Like the knight is just a thorn in my side. And yeah, my rook didn't have a great square. White's attacking in every single area of the board. Engine says white's completely winning. But then around here, the momentum kind of shifted. Like after rook d2, I was able to get these moves in and not flag. And then already here, it's completely fine. Oh, can I show how I beat Danya earlier? I'll be putting the game on YouTube, so stay tuned for that. Guy, I already uploaded the video to my dashboard. So no Halloween gambits. No swan mask. I think I'm happy to have not worn the mask because I like breathing. Oh, V Pranav beat Hikaru earlier. I think I saw that game, at least the end of that game. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the heart rate monitor. I think it's been stuck at 86 for a while now. So what to do? The time to celebrate Halloween? Stuff my face with candy? I don't think I even own any candy currently. I have salad. Maybe I'll stuff my face with salad. It'll be a healthy Halloween. It is refreshing too, having like kind of switched my repertoire because in most Title Tuesdays this year, I've been playing London. Of course, with some exceptions. But today and last week was mainly playing e4. And yeah, I think it's led to just more fresh positions. Maybe more to learn from my games as well. Oh, if you just joined, yeah, I just finished the second Title Tuesday of today. Finished with 7.5. Tied for 24th. 32nd on tie breaks. Ooh, finished above Komsky. not easy to do. I had a lot of fun games today. I mean, I think the most fun game of this stream was
Thank
the
you
first
for a good
round.
year.
This one. This one also deserves its own YouTube video. Oh, thank you, Albet. Happy 1 year. Appreciate it. Oh, Deuce asking, can you show your best game from tonight? Yeah, that's what I'm doing now. It started as a Taimonov. Let me actually bring it into Lichess. Okay. I'm just more used to this analysis board. And the other reason I wanted to bring it here is I was vaguely remembering a Judith Polgar game. So I first started learning this line over 10 years ago? Yeah, back when I was in high school. So 2012? And when I was learning this line, first of all, this is one of the most aggressive setups I can play, intending to castle queenside. There's some nuances here where castling is the main line, and usually the main theory goes bishop b4, f3, knight e5. But when white plays f3 immediately, there's some nuance that knight e5 is playable right away. Like, you don't actually have to play bishop b4. And did Polgar play this? Maybe I'm confusing the players. Anyway, it leads to a very sharp position. And I guess I misplayed it. Like d6. I thought d6 is like the go-to move. What does the engine say? Engine likes h6. h4? Okay. There's cases where black plays b4 and d5. Anyway, let me get to the fun part of this game because it ended with probably one of the coolest sequences I've played in recent memory. I was much worse according to the engine. But the position actually became pleasant around here. Let me turn off the engine for now. The annotations are still there. There we go. Okay. So anyway, the queenside got locked up. I won a piece. Like here, I thought I was just winning the pawn, but the knight's trapped because it moves here. I take and fork and win the knight. But then white got the center. And what ended up happening was insane. It was after rook c2, rook f1. In this position, forget how much time I had, but in this position, I saw a funny mating idea. And I proceeded to sacrifice a knight, a bishop, and then my queen in back-to-back-to-back moves. 3 ambulances had to be called, but not for me. So I started with knight d6. Oh no, my knight. And then oh no, my bishop. And then, maybe for those who didn't see the game, black to move, find the mate in 2. Oh, Spidler thought I was a masked player. I guess he wasn't watching my stream then during the earlier title Tuesday. Yeah, queen takes a3. And rook a2, unleashing the bishop to control b1. And white's defenses have been shattered. Yeah, honestly, this is probably the most satisfying game today. But in the first Title Tuesday, I mean, the game against Zhigalko and Danya were also, like, really crazy. Was there any defense for white? Yeah, of course white should not get mated, but... Oh, that's funny. The engine initially said white was okay, and then as you give it time, it says black's completely winning. So white should take. But then rook takes g5 is not good. And the thing is, I'm threatening to take on a3, and it's not easy to stop. Rook g2, it's a hard defensive move to find. But then there's a lot of ways for black to convert. Question from Grumchess. Why didn't you take the pawn with knight in your penultimate game? I can't even remember my penultimate game. Let's go back and see. So this one, right? Oh, out of the opening. Yeah, this moment. I took a lot of time here. Let me bring this one into Lichess as well. So basically, after bishop b7, knight takes e4. Yeah, on the surface, it looks like a free knight. The reason why I didn't take it is because queen a4. And white is winning back material. I was calculating this line, knight c6. It looks like for a moment that black is saving everything. But then after knight e5, this knight is pinned in two directions, pinned to my bishop and my king. And it's attacked 3 times. And in many cases, my bishop will be hanging and my pawn is weak. So it looked like a headache. I was calculating knight d5 to block the bishop. And then after takes to play queen d7 to counterpin. Wait, why didn't I go for this? And now I'm forgetting why. Maybe I was scared of bishop takes d5. Pawn takes and then takes. I'll check with engine. Maybe it was playable. But it looked very risky. Ah, so this was playable. So knight e5, knight d5, and yeah, I guess it would have been some position close to equality. Maybe white's still slightly better. What's the tea today? I only had water. Now I mostly have air. Well, still a little bit though. I had some Christmas tea earlier. Christmas tea on Halloween. All only moves. Yeah, I would have had to walk a tightrope maybe. Thank you, P7. Subbing for 3 months. Okay, I think I'm going to wrap things up. I do appreciate everyone tuning in, providing energy. Thanks to everyone who subbed and resubbed and supported, offered nice vibes in chat. I will be back in the future, so do stay tuned.